What's up, guys? I'm back for part two because I did part one this afternoon and it got cut short, sadly. But because YouTube screwed up. So anyway, back now, and we're gonna finish discussing what we were talking about, which was just anything and everything. And it ended with shuttles, talking about shuttles and what we would name, or what I would name my shuttles if I had a Starship, on the Titan. I don't know if you heard, but they're named after jazz musicians. So, what would I name my shuttles as? Multi-Gunman is here. Hey, man. Foley. Yeah. Hi, how's it going? It's going good. It's going good. No, I think I'd name my shuttles after fictional heroes, or perhaps even, like I said, Sherlock Holmes characters, something like that. It'd be interesting to have the naming convention of your shuttles on your ship based on your interests. But yeah, eager to hear your thoughts, guys. What you would want to name your shuttles if you had a Starship. You know, the runabouts on DS9 were named after rivers on Earth. Like I said, the Titan, Riker named them after jazz musicians. Pretty good idea. So what would you guys name them after? Let's see. Chuck A. Hi, Stuart. Hello, Chuck. Devin Larson. Hey, Cap. It's been a little bit, but I'm back. Good to see you, Devin. Welcome back. And yeah. So, what would you guys like to chat about? Hit that like button, everybody. We have 10 people watching, 7 likes. Let's try to get those likes up. Match the number of people watching to the like ratio. Have a 100% ratio would be awesome. But eager to hear your thoughts. I don't know how long this live is going to be. Could maybe be an hour. Could maybe go for 2 hours. I don't know. Depends on what you guys want to talk about and how you guys are interacting and hanging out. Naming them after planets in our solar system would be a possibility. Yeah, but we only have so many. So, depends on the size of your ship, I guess. Some ships have more than just the 9 shuttles. But we only have 8 planets. Now, Pluto's still a planet, in my opinion. So, how about holodeck parameters? Or paramours? What are paramours? Let's see. I will have a drink. Have a drink of alcohol for every super chat. Always makes these more interesting for sure. So there we go. Putting that up, pinning it to the top. Pin message. I spend a lot of time with you guys now that I think about it, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. That over there, that over there. Hey, Emperor Revan, how's it going? Hello, Danny. Hello, everybody. 13 people watching. Like I said, I did a live earlier today, and it got cut short because I got a low battery on my phone, and once I cleared that, all of a sudden YouTube decided to just end the live stream, which was a bit shitty because I wasn't finished talking yet. Hadn't hit the 2-hour mark. And so I feel bad for everybody I kind of left in a lurch. So I figured I'd come back on tonight. If anybody was there earlier today that wanted to come back and join me, they could do so. Otherwise, a whole new group of people, all because different time zones and things. So thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys want to talk about. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. Devin Larson, 5 days till my 2-year badge, Cap. Ooh, you've been a member for a long time, Devin. Thank you so much. And hello, David Gregory. How's it going? Fake girlfriends, Cap, like Minuet. Oh. Or you just name your shuttles after past girlfriends or crushes you've had. That's a good one. Hezraz, for the 31st century shuttles, they should name them after different stars. Sol, Eris, the Romulan sun, Eridani, etc. I think it would be cool. That would work for sure, yeah. Um, yeah, so many naming conventions you could do. And it depends on your interest too. Like honestly, I like Star Trek. I would name them after Star Trek characters. You could have the Kirk and the Cisco. Wait a minute, that wouldn't work. How would that be a thing? That's kind of funny to think about, though. Actually, uh, I don't know. I mean, like I said, the Titan Riker has them named after jazz musicians because he likes jazz. Like I said, I like Sherlock Holmes. I like swords. Named them after famous swords. Ooh, I like that. The Excalibur. I don't know what else. There would be a lot more. I just can't think of them right now. So, interesting idea. Or you just get, if you can't think of a naming convention for your shuttles on your ship, do they just give you ones off the assembly line already pre-named? They get to pick them at the assembly yard. I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's interesting, actually. I should look into that. Hezrez, in the 31st century, you could name them after famous captains. There you go. Yeah, that would work. Absolutely. Geraldine Karstensen throws in a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Cap, anything but cats. Don't name them after cats. Just saying. Like Garfield and Felix. So don't name them after cats, though. Oh, okay. Maybe after Earth species, like animal species, like canine. Name after dogs. Name one Precious. Name one Pug. There you go. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about for sure, because I guess depending on your importance as a captain, maybe you have the option of naming your shuttles or you don't. Maybe if you can't think of anything, then you automatically get just sent shuttles. I just don't know how it works. I need to look into that, actually. It's very interesting. But maybe a future video at some point about that. That's nice. I like that. Yeah. Name them after your favorite cars. Well, that was the other option I thought earlier when I was asked that, is name them after favorite my favorite Lamborghinis. Just Lamborghini names. Aventador, Diablo, Murcielago, Centurino, Mura. There'd be a lot more by the future, you'd think. So, but favorite cars works as well, sure. Camaro. The Bugatti. True Trek. That's a good idea, actually. I like that. But thank you very much, Geraldine, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And yeah, have you guys, who here has checked out our Time Travel 101 videos where we break down the case studies of the time travel in Star Trek and say how Picard's timeline change is both correct the way they're using it and also not correct the way they're using it? If you haven't checked them out, I would suggest you do, especially if you are interested in time travel, because there's some pretty interesting facts there for sure. So anyway, it's there. They're all in a playlist together, so if you want to check them out, they were released yesterday. So Hezra says trees, pine, spruce, oak. Ooh. Name them after gun types, lol. Yeah, I think too there'd be like there's the obvious one, explorers or things like that, and you can name them after Andorian explorers or Tellarite explorers or Vulcan explorers as well. That would open up more naming conventions. But yeah, just or fictional or favorite authors, the King, the Doyle. Actually, favorite authors is pretty good. That would be something that you'd think almost that Picard would do. But alas, we got explorers and stuff for Enterprise, which is fine. I think the flagship might be one that kind of gets reserved the right to have explorer names and stuff for shuttles, just because it's the Enterprise, it's the flagship. So maybe the captain of the Enterprise doesn't get a say in what they name their shuttles. I don't know. It's really interesting to think about, because how does that work exactly? And does it carry over? Because we know that in TOS we had the Galileo and things like that, which are also explorers or scientists, and that got carried all the way through to TNG era with the same naming convention for shuttles. So is it something that sticks with the ship, or, as I said, maybe because the Enterprise turns into the flagship automatically just carries those forward? Do you guys know? Because I don't know, actually. There's probably some beta canon out there maybe explaining it. Possibly. I'm not sure. I don't know. USS Tiger King. Valkyrie says, good evening, fellow trackers. Hello, Valkyrie. Doc McGillicuddy. Said it right this time. I'm a time traveler from 12 seconds ago. Sweet. True Trek TV. I haven't checked it out, but I will check it out. Okay. Chuck A says the time travel videos are great. Thank you, Chuck. Glad you liked them. Glad you appreciated them. We didn't want to talk about it ad nauseum, because everybody was asking us after that episode aired why Guinan didn't recognize Picard, and why the punk rocker remembered Spock, when if the Confederation future is the only one that existed, Kirk and Spock wouldn't have gone back, and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to start talking about it. That's why we made those videos. And so we're just like, reference the videos we made if anybody asks us. So Danny Janey, Captain, I believe a writer of Enterprise was charged with naming the race bent on the destruction of man and having recently been dumped. Suggested Cindy, which turned into the Zindi. That's hilarious. I like that. That's really good. Ultimate Elder Scrolls. Don't know if this was mentioned on a previous stream, but Guinan didn't join TNG until season 2. Yeah, season 2, episode 1. It's actually an Easter egg in Picard. That's her license plate. S02, E01. 10 Forward first appeared in the second season, but surely it already existed before Guinan joined the ship. Yes, it did. It's on deck 10, and it's the forward section. So, of course, it's just called 10 Forward. Doc says, name them after taco types. This is soft. This is hard. This is spicy. Send shuttle soft out. Ah, yes. No one wants to fly it. I think we named them after types of cheese. Oh, so the cheddar, the Havarti, the Monterey Jack. That's great. That would make me hungry every time I was ordering shuttles to go on a mission. Hezraz, what I wanted to say earlier, the Watcher will probably drop Picard and his crew off at the chateau the moment Laris came into the house, realizing Picard left via the portal. Laris sees her and says, what the fuck? That could be a possibility as well. Yeah, I like that. Doc says, man, Cindy really effed up. Hello. Cheese, yummy. Violod says, hey, welcome, Cap. Hey, welcome here. Thanks for joining us. Danny Janey, Cindy, destroyer of mankind and killer of joy. And she took out a large swath of Florida in her path to destruction. Ooh. Now, is that metaphorical? Meaning she took out a lot of guys, we're into a lot of relationships. What's that all about? I'm interested now. The Cindy Zindi. Also Florida. Yep. Oh, pug. You'll probably hear the pug snoring, but hey, it's okay. Anyway, so yeah, what else should we talk about? What would you guys like to talk about? Shoot me a topic. Let's talk. Let's get into it. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm watching you. Doc says blocker of Ween, Queen of the Scorn. Tellarite. If you were to make a top 10 Trek episodes of 2022 live by the end of the year. Are there any episodes standing out now as likely being high on that list? Very good question. Definitely some of the Prodigy episodes, and definitely the first episode of Picard. I think Stargazer was a fantastic episode. Very much captured the feel of Star Trek. Plus, it's something we were kind of hoping for season 1 of Picard, and we just didn't get. This is more the Picard that we've expected and deserved, kind of, from season 1. So yeah, that would definitely be up there. And all the Prodigy ones are firing on all cylinders. They're really good, but some would definitely stand out. Can't include Lower Decks in that. Can't include all of Prodigy if you're going to go with just 2022. So I don't know how I would handle that exactly. I'd have to wait till Strange New World was over. Maybe wait till the end of the year once we've got Lower Decks and stuff as well. Then it might be worth doing that. That's actually a very interesting idea. So looking forward to Strange New Worlds, yes. Paul says, why can't Star Trek technology be linear and consistent? Girardi is really developing an unhealthy relationship with the Borg Queen. Indeed she is. Geraldine, story time, Cap, you start. I don't want to tell a story. There once was a man from Venus, whose body was shaped like a... Hezraz, I am hopeful for Strange New Worlds. I think we all are. Return to that episodic exploration, optimistic view that is Star Trek. Yes. True Trek TV. When it comes to time travel in Star Trek, I've always had the same theory for a long time. There are 3 timelines in Star Trek, and if CBS would adopt this theory, then it would solve everybody's problems. I think there's probably more than 3, but yes, by all means, please explain to us, the viewers, what's going on timeline-wise. I think that's very important. Ultimate Elder Scrolls. La Serena doesn't have a lot of cargo space for a freighter. Immersion ruined. Only they did the Falcon. It was also a freighter, so maybe it's got hookups that you can like carry cargo pods with it. Who knows? Paul says, ST1, a retired admiral having command codes like auto-destruct doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, and to have no secondary authorization or, confirmation to initiate it is very, very odd. Just imagine an admiral coming on to the Enterprise in TNG in season 6, and everybody's kind of like, oh, what's this guy doing here? And then he's like, yeah, auto-destruct the ship, bitch. And everybody's like, what? No. It could be that Rios trusted him so much that he, allowed him to have that on his ship. I don't know. Smart Smears, not to sound potentially annoying, but you should remind Samuel to finish the McMahon interview videos. Yeah. Tell me about it. He was working on them, but then we got sick with lots of stuff going on, and sorry, they'll get there eventually. I've reminded him as much as I can, so. Daniel's topics. Yes, there are 3 trillion timelines in Star Trek. Paul N. La Serena, more like a lighter than a freighter. Hezraz, there is a prime timeline side A, prime timeline side B, and the Kelvinverse shown on screen. Thomas just got here, but it seems kind of quiet. Has Foley killed his son? Nope. He's loud enough that I can hear him, but he's not being obnoxiously loud right now, so. Ultimate Elder Scrolls. Picard was trashed so much on YouTube, I didn't bother watching season 1 until a week before season 2 came out. I love it because I binge watched season 1. Girardi is my favorite character, and she got trashed so much too. I didn't really like her character in season 1, even before the murder thing. She was all right at the beginning, and I kind of said, I can maybe get to like this one. But the more I saw of her, the less I liked her. They've redeemed that in season 2. I think Girardi is fucking great now. She's adorable, and I love her. She's awesome. So they did a good job fixing her character, at least for season 2. So kudos to them for that. That's an amazing job. Good on the writers. Paul N. Star Trek having a history of evil admirals. A self-destruct without 2 other officers inputting codes and concurring is batshit insane. Yes, but this is Picard, the best and brightest of all the Starfleet captains and therefore admirals. He can be totally 100% trusted. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Then the various timelines shown within episodes. Yeah, there's a lot. Ultimate Elder Scrolls, yeah, I meant Girardi in season 2. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, she started out pretty promising in season 1, but yeah, quickly went downhill. Hez says, I think Girardi is slightly crazy, and by the end of the season, she will be bored crazy. Probably. Is that like being boy crazy? I don't know. Daniel's Hot Topics. When Discovery was about to start back in 2017, they were talking about trans-dimensional universes. I'm guessing they would create that to explain the differences and that it all exists. Yes, the multiverse of Trek. I mean, we already saw that in Parallels when all the Enterprises popped up on screen, like 150 Enterprises on screen, all from different realities. Paul N. A lighter is a ship that transfers cargo from the large deep water ships to shores that do not have piers or the depth to allow the big freighters in. Did not know that. That's cool. Good to know. Thank you. True Trek TV, 1, Prime Timeline, 2, Kelvin Timeline, 3, First Contact Timeline. Everything made after Nemesis falls under the First Contact Timeline, including Discovery Enterprise. Yes. Because Enterprise never happened in the original Prime Timeline of TOS and TNG. And there's lots of evidence to support that claim. But Smart Smears, I saw a take that the visual reboot is muddled because the other new shows look classic 90% of the time and follows Discovery 10%, while Discovery does its own thing 90% and looks classic 10% of the time. Yeah, it's the Discoverse. It's what it is. It's fine. Daniel's Hot Topic says, Janeway became Admiral first, much to Picard fans' dismay. They were all like, why didn't Picard become an admiral? They were butthurt. Were they, though? I mean, he's one of those people that wouldn't necessarily accept the promotion. Janeway, fuck, I'd be jumping on the admiralcy after I got back from the Delta Quadrant if I was her, which she did, because she's already done her captain gig. That's her thing. She's done. So I had no problem with that. I can't believe people were upset about that, because you can turn down a promotion, which we've seen multiple times. So I could just see John Luke not accepting an admiralty until he was ready. Geraldine says, Girardi scares me. She totally messes with the Queen and wins so far. Well, she already broke her deal with the Queen. She said, oh yeah, you help me out with the transporter thing and we'll share sad stories between crisis. You'll have somebody to talk to so you won't be alone. And then totally fucking rebuffs her and walks away from the Borg Queen afterwards, which is going to come to play later. They're going to need the Borg Queen again to do the time travel thing. And the Queen's going to be like, nope, you broke your deal with me. The only way I'll actually do this for you is if you link with me. And that's going to be the start of the Girardi Borg thing. Because her turning on the Borg Queen like that was a bad, bad idea. And I think it's going to come back to bite them in the ass. That's what I think. Daniel's Hot Topics. Yeah, they never mentioned Archer in TOS, TNG, DS9, or Voyager and the movies. Yeah, and the NX-01, one of the most important ships you'd think in Starfleet history, or even just Federation history, isn't on the wall in the conference room of the Enterprise D. It's not in the recreation room and the motion picture where they show all the Enterprises. So yeah, it never existed before that point. So Paul N. Security really, really needs to get their hard body armor back. The Stargazer brig scene was just a spanking. Stargazer brig scene. When did we see the Stargazer brig? Laughable Larry, I got to admit, I'm really disappointed they're not doing anything with the Bell Riots. I was excited for a cool storyline and possibly tied in with DS9 with some creative writing. Yeah, the thing is, though, they're in April, and the Bell Riots happened in September of the same year. So they're still months away from the Bell Riots and from seeing Cisco or Bashir or anybody there. So it's a missed opportunity for sure. Hezrez, I want a timeline where the type of Empire Federation was created by the Romulans and humans, a space Romulan empire. People taking people from various parts and following them to be citizens through service. Wow. True Trek TV, those are just three, the main three. You still have the multiverse. Yeah, there's too many timelines. You can't say there's a set number of timelines in Trek. It just does not work. Hezrez, like episode wise, a mini arc. Creative writing, that's the answer right there. Tim Adkins, I was waiting for Picard to say, everyone remember where we parked. That joke went through my mind too. Thomas, I feel like Picard was really just lost itself season 2, starting out almost good except for the small bits and bobs they intentionally messed up, and now it seems heading to season 1 writing. I don't think so, not yet. There's still, episodes are still good, but I can see why you'd say that. Ultimate Elder Scrolls, Kirk, Picard, Cisco not being an admiral is an understandable trope for Star Trek. Cisco and Dax even had a conversation about it to discuss why guys like them would never be comfortable being admirals. Let's see, Hezrez. For us viewers, I say 3. For the actual Star Trek universe, there's a definite multiverse. Paul N., I think Girardi is going to take over the Borg Queen and take over the Queen's abilities. My prediction, and I totally pulled that out my ass. Well, watch that shit before you present it to us, man. It's already been up your ass. Mark Lawrence, didn't they in TNG mention a planet or two named Archer? Yes, they did. But no reference to Archer. Just coincidence. Daniel's Hot Topics. It'd be cool if the end of Picard's season 2, at the very end, the Borg Queen escapes and Q is wondering, where did she go? All of a sudden, the Queen comes up behind Q and assimilates him, then cuts to black. It's a terrifying prospect. I love it. And Shannon's like, and we're back. Yes, we are. Sorry about earlier. My YouTube app decided to just end the stream, and I'm like, oh shit, my phone's already dying. So, Smart Smears, Picard, season 2 definitely feels like it has better pacing and dialogue than Discovery. Ironically, Discovery is a show that feels like a play, while Picard feels more natural. It's a great way to describe it. Yeah, absolutely. Smart Smears, that makes me worried about Strange New Worlds, since I assume it has more of the Discovery team. It does, unfortunately. It's also the Discoverse, so it's the Discoveryverse. Yes, it's not Prime, it's the Discoveryverse. But they said it's not. It's not. So yeah, it has me worried too, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Visually, we just kind of have to give up on it looking like TOS, but that's okay. As long as the storytelling is good and the characters are good and everything's well written, I'll be happy. Shannon Murphy, I am back. I, me. But you said we are back. Paul N., Star Trek Picard still has 10 executive producers also writing and 10 or more writers. Yes, sad but true. It's the new way of doing TV and streaming shows, unfortunately. Sad but true. We is for cyborgs. Ultimate Elder Scrolls said they should stick more wheels on the Borg Queen. Okay. Daniel's Hot Topics, that would prove Anti-Trekker's theory that Q needs to be aware and concentrate, otherwise he is as helpless as a normal human being. Oh, Anti-Trekker. You mean Salty Trekker by now, but oh, Salty Trekker. That's such a interesting theory, but totally nonsensical in my opinion. There's very great points to back it up. It's an interesting concept, fun idea. Very proud of him for coming up with it. It's awesome. But I just don't buy it. Hezraz, executive producer, is apparently a way to not have to pay more money. It's like an honorary title. So there are a few actual executive producers, but mostly just in title. Thomas, I'm so tired of everything that's basically the Mirror Universe needing to be named something new, just so we don't say Kurtzman has an hard-on for the Mirror Universe. Hezraz, away, not away. Oh, what did I misread? Jesus Christ. I have no idea. Sorry. Shannon Murphy says, I wish Nazim was a companion, don't you? If he was, I would have him follow me to the shrine of Soft Dreams. I think Riker and Geordi helping Cochrane and Lily with the Phoenix created a new disco timeline change. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't. Oh. I don't. Renee. Holy shit, Will Smith just punched Chris Rock and it wasn't scripted. What? Where is this? Shannon Murphy. I slightly prefer DS9's mirrors episodes over Discovery's mirror episodes just because Kurtzman doesn't have his grubby hands on them. Yeah. Don't know what to say to that. Smart Search says, I actually don't mind the Strange New Worlds visuals so far. I like the physical buttons at least. Discovery felt like it was trying to be different. Strange New Worlds feels like it's trying to allude to the original. Big difference. Yes, but it's still clearly not the original. It's very much a visual reboot. Hezraz, I spelled it away instead of away. Spelling mistake. Okay. Daryl says, will Seven join the collective? Is Elnor gone for good? Seven may join the collective, and Elnor is not gone for good. Laughable Larry puts in $2. So thank you so much, Laughable Larry. Much appreciated. Shannon says, I like all the pomp and circumstance for DS9's mirror episodes, but Burnham's mere presence ruins it. You really hate Burnham, man. Wow. Except for all of executive producers siphoning off the show budget with $1 million salaries per episode. Renee says the Oscars. Oh, he punched him at the Oscars. Shit, son. Like an actual fight? Or a mistake? Daniel's Hot Topics. I'm so excited for Monday, April 4th, 2022. First Contact Day. I hope they announce new Trek shows. Section 31. I don't need a Section 31 show in my life. I really don't. Hope we get a full-on trailer, though, for Strange New Worlds. Even though it'll be coming out literally like a week and a half after that. Which is, I can see them doing that, so. Mirrorsodes. Yeah, okay, well, I want to say mirror episodes. Fight me. Film and page. Guinan should have known who Picard was. I saw mile-long threads on Twitter explaining why Guinan wouldn't know him. Sci-fi author David Mack even wrote the whole article with graphs explaining it. I haven't seen that yet, but... Paul N., why does the drug addict, unstable conspiracy have such a mother-son relationship with Space Legolas? I don't know. Film and page. Wouldn't it have been easier and less confusing if Pascal knew Picard? Yes, would have been much better. Would have stopped a whole bunch of controversy. Would have made everything so much easier. Even if she vaguely remembered him for some reason, but still was aware of him. Yes. Conspiracy theorist. Damn it. Shannon says, hey, Foley, it's the Mirrorverse. Everyone's gotta hate someone or they're crossing over from somewhere else. Or they crossed over from somewhere else. Oh, so you hate Burnham. Who do I hate? Well, Kurtzman, but... General Grievous, $2. I claim this stream for the Separatist Alliance. Screw you, Grievous. But seriously, thank you for the super chat. Daniel's Hot Topics. How do you like the casting of the new Kirk in Strange New Worlds? We did a whole live talking about this. I don't have a problem with the guy. I need to see him act. I need to hear his voice. I haven't watched whatever that show that is in, or that he's in. I don't know who he is, so I really can't say right now. He's kind of got the look. Looks a little scrawny, but other than that, not too bad. I want to see how he pulls it off, though. Shannon Murphy, does anyone know about the conventions in Florida between June 2022 and January 2023? I'll be in the area to attend any. Ooh. Hezraz, yes, but I was on a stream where someone who works in the industry said that using executive producer is a way to give notoriety instead of paying more money. A new thing, so most are just in name. Doesn't surprise me. Ultimate Elder Scrolls, Star Trek Tales of the Alpha Quadrant, to explore missed stories between our favorite characters. One episode bring a Quark and Rom episode, another episode do a Bashir and Garrick episode, etc., etc. That's a good idea. It would probably work better in a comic book form or something, just because the actors have all aged and stuff, and if you want to put it in whatever time period, it's a good idea. Or even just an animated version, CGI characters. Sure. Shannon Murphy, you sounded like Keanu Reeves for a second there, Foley. I did? What did I say? Whoa. I know Kung Fu. I can't do Keanu Reeves to save my life. Whoa. Ultimate Elder Scrolls can catch up on some of our favorite characters like O'Brien back on Earth. I think it's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea, yeah. Matt Deckard, I will bind my sword to your quest. Are you saying I'm fighting a hopeless battle? Claude Grenier, holy shit. Was Will Smith for real? I don't know, I haven't seen it, man. Shannon Murphy, need a new gray turtleneck for my uniform, though, and magnetic pips. I hate puncturing my shirt with the pin ones. Yeah, I feel that. Hezra says, I was going to bind my sword to your quest, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Okay. Daniel's Hot Topics. Captain Foley, will you be going to any Comic Cons or fan expos this year? You may see Shatner, and you can wish him a happy past birthday. He was 91. I'm going to the Chicago convention in April 8th and 9th, I believe. So it's coming up quickly. Going to that one. And I'm going to be going to London Comic Con here in London, Ontario in September. I'm probably going to Wonderfest in June. Any other ones are a possibility, but I'm not sure yet. So I might even go to Starfest in Denver, actually. I believe that's in May. So I've got a few confirmed and a few that are maybes. Shannon Murphy, like one of Johnny's Silver Hands monologues. It has been 30 years since DS9 ended. Those actors aren't up to stunt work. It's true. Daryl O'Donnell, I think I would feel the same way if I had not read Dune. Did you read Dune? The Sci-Fi Channel miniseries is the best version. I have not read Dune, and I do agree that the miniseries is pretty good. But yeah, that's where we stand with that. Ultimate Elder Scrolls. It wouldn't involve any stunt work. The episodes would be solidly character-based, using the strongest Star Trek characters, exploring what happened after the series ended. Sean says, what about a Star Trek anthology series, Tales of the Federation? Absolutely on board for that idea. Great idea. Paul says, yep, Will Smith versus Chris Rock is for real. Probably the best part of the Oscars all night. Hezraz, oh no. Uh-oh, Dune has been mentioned. It's okay. It's fine. I've taken my spice. I'm calm. Shannon Murphy, damn, I can't go to Wonderfest. I'll be in Disney. Oh, man. Matt Deckard, $2. Here's $1.23 for Chicago. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Film and Page throws in $10, so thank you. I missed the top 5 videos. Have a drink on me. Well, we still do top 10 lives occasionally when there's nothing new Trek related to talk about. But yeah, I miss that old format too. They were fun, but they were hard to edit for what they were. So. I'm more fallen Jedi than Sith. That frees us up from the rule of 2. If we bring more into the fold. Okay. You just rephrased my idea. You did, but it's fine. An anthology series in Trek would be awesome. I would really like to see one. That's what Discovery was supposed to be. But I would like a CGI one with good CGI animation. I think that would be really fun. You could do episode by episode. You could do season by season. But the character one should be episode by episode. But anyway. Wow, that Will Smith stuff, it was insane. I need to watch that apparently. Damn, it'll probably be all over social media when I'm done this live. Daniel's Hot Topics. I hope the rumors are right and Avery Brooks does appear at the end of the season as Cisco. That is just wishful thinking, but Sarah Lofton last year did say that Brooke was game to be in anything. Ooh, that would be awesome if Cisco came back, but I really don't have faith that's going to happen. Although story element wise, it should, because it's the perfect way to, he's the perfect character to come back, for sure. Murray Nathan, I think LaForge is the most dynamic sounding name in all of Star Trek. Sadly, the dynamic name never got Geordi laid. Matt Deckard, there is a Topo Gigo restaurant in Chicago I loved, and the House of Blues there is excellent too. Good to know. I have a Chicago native that's going to be taking me around and showing me stuff, so, and I'm going to be staying with them, so I'm sure I'll see some sights as well. Ezra says, apparently Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife, and he walked over and decked him. LOL. Only saw video, no audio. Like a real legit punch, or like a real life girly punch. I find punches in real life are kind of like, You know, with it being at the Oscars and it being Will Smith, I almost believe 100% that it's a build up for a new movie. It's like an act. It's like when Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren had a rivalry, but it was all just for their upcoming Universal Soldiers movie or something. It's all bullshit. Shannon says, I was rewatching the Doctor Who special, the Pandoric Opens, recently, and you know the broken down Cyberman under Stonehenge? You will be assimilated, it says as it attacks Amy. I finally get it. The reference. Hezrez, girly punch, just saw it, but still. Yeah, so it was a real punch then, wow. Laughable Larry, do you think after 4 seasons, it's more or less conclusive that Disney just didn't work as a show? The Discovery just didn't work as a show. After all the episodes so far, I can think of only a handful that I enjoyed. Yeah, it definitely didn't work as a show. And they keep trying new things. They keep trying to stay away from the classic Star Trek idea. They try and do their own thing, and it's just not working in my opinion. But I've enjoyed some of it as well. So there you go. General Grievous, I'm a Chicago native myself, but I'm currently in social. Make sure you try the hot dogs, Italian beef, and deep dish pizzas. I will be trying those things, do not worry. Hezraz, LOL, it probably is fake, but still funny. I don't watch the Oscars, so I just like a funny video. Renee, no, Will Smith yelled at Chris Rock and they cut the mic Chris made a joke about his wife. Yeah, but it could still be publicity. They do that kind of shit at Oscars and award shows, and it's been a thing over the years, even on Letterman with Jerry the King Lawler and that one comedian, what the hell was his name? Man in the Moon. Andy Kaufman. They had this rivalry. They got in a huge brawl on Letterman, but it was all fake. So I don't know. I don't know if I buy it yet. Matt says, I used to go there regularly for work. Chicago was the Gotham from Batman movies, more so than New York. Dark and mysterious. True Trek TV. I just want CBS to announce that the first contact timeline is the reason why all new Star Trek after 01 looks so different, but still the same, except Lower Decks. That's prime timeline all the way. Shannon Murphy says, and it's full of crime in classic Gotham fashion. Wow. General Grievous, I meant to say SoCal. Okay. Daniel's Hot Topics. Remember Star Trek Voyager Season 3 episode Future's End, where Captain Braxton crashes into 1967 LA forest? Remember when Voyager followed that and ended up in 1996? They beamed down and no eugenics wars. Oh, there was, though. See, people don't understand the eugenics wars wasn't a big fucking thing. It was in the Middle East, and it was kept quiet from most of the population of the planet. It wasn't a worldwide war of eugenics, people. So there absolutely was the eugenics wars, because in Sarah Silverman's office, you see a picture of the launch of the Botany Bay. You see the Botany Bay on booster packs launching, and that thing launched in 1996. That was taken probably months before Voyager arrived. There was also a model of the Voyager, not Voyager, but of the Botany Bay in her room as well. That was the latest cutting edge space vehicle, which she had pictures and a model of. So absolutely the eugenics wars happened. They just didn't affect North America at all. The government knew about it, but there's always wars and stuff going on in the Middle East. It was kept very hush-hush. You're not going to terrify your populace by saying that there's eugenics Cybermen walking around trying to take over the Middle East. There's so many things happening all the time that like scuffles and stuff over there, and news to, when a big news thing is happening, another news thing is more loud, and like, this is more important, pay attention to this. This stuff can get sneaked under the wire. It's exactly what happened with the eugenics wars. So, hate to tell you Daniel's Hot Topics, but you're wrong. General Grievous, why did they film the Nolan Batman movies in Chicago, but don't believe the mythos about crime? People would have you believe it's the Wild West, but it's not. Yeah, I've heard like 3 people tell me, be very careful walking around there. You're there's a lot of crime. It's like, oh, whatever. Arg, not time travel again. Paul N. Is Trekyards going to go back and revisit some of the early briefing episodes, the one that did not go on to become a full hour? Full hour? We never did full hour videos. No, we're not going to go back. We might revisit a few of the mission briefings, sure, and redo them better graphics and stuff, but they were never an hour. I don't know where that's coming from. Shannon Murphy, alternate universes are more fun than time travel for me when it comes to Star Trek. I'd rather travel in a blue box. Hezraz, the craziest part about near the end of the 11th Doctor's reign is that Amy is closing her eyes to not see the angel. It isn't her doctor who says it, but the doctor who was after Trenzalore? Daniel's Hot Topics, I thought the eugenics wars was a nuclear conflict. No, it was not. There's a threat of it, but no. It was not World War III. World War III happens, I think, in 2056, something like that. So, Hezraz, World War III was a series of wars and breaks between wars. Most of the nukes went off in Asia and Middle East and non-canon. There was a nuclear horror near the end. It was over 20 or 30 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh my god, I'm just remembering that. That blew my mind. I haven't watched it since it aired. The only time I cried watching TV, I cried for my raggedy doctor. Oh. General Grievous. Thing is, Moffat is a good storyteller. I don't really care about Doctor Who, and I don't know enough about it, so I'm not going to read these. Ultimate Elder Scrolls. We got to be fair on the writers for the eugenics wars. No one anticipated Star Trek would be so popular for so long. It's hard to put stuff like that in when they're already past the time it happened. Guys, you got to remember too that our history isn't Star Trek's history. Our 1996 wasn't the same as Star Trek's 1996. It's its own thing. So, but anyway. Let's see. Video awesome. I just rewatched Picard Season 2, Episode 2, and noticed Brent Spiner's voice was on loudspeakers before the Queen was about to be executed. He was saying a human superior message. This may become relevant later. Oh, it absolutely will. Yeah. And did you see the statue of him, a Soong, looks like Data, but it's not, holding the globe? It's like a holographic statue when that voiceover is happening. And at the bottom it says Adam Soong. So it's got like Adam Soong's name floating around the bottom, and it's got him holding the globe. So yeah, it's definitely got to play a part. Shannon Murphy, I was such a teenager in 2013. Crying for a TV crush. I still love him, for the record. Aww. I thought World War III started in 2026 in Trek Universe. That could be correct, but I think that's too close. But it's still 2 years off from where Picard is, so could be true. I don't know. More Bessic verse 2, please. I like his naval approach to Starfleet. Yeah, we got a lot more Bessic verse stuff coming, so. Shannon says, if our universes were the same, I'll be 56 when the Vulcans show up. Haha. Yeah. Well, they're not the same, so I don't know why people don't understand that. Gotta think too, it's not our timeline. It's not our history, because it's Star Trek history. Because I think the moon, or the Saturn mission that Captain Christopher's son or grandson leads up was in 2020, and we know that this mission to Europa, which is coming up in the next episode, is in 2024. We're not anywhere near sending people to Europa or to Saturn for exploration at this point, so it's a totally different timeline. I don't know why people are confusing with our timeline. I know you said if, Shannon. I wasn't talking about you. Daniel's Hot Topics. Star Trek world was our world till it branched off in 1990, starting with the eugenics war. Some fans are trying to make Trek universe our universe again by putting eugenics World War III in the 2050s. While the eugenics wars happened and ended they ended in 1996, because that's when Khan got launched into space. Do you remember that happening? No. You know why? Because even if it did happen, the government would have hidden it from us. It would have been a secret military launch. That's why it was a fucking submarine that was fitted for space. We didn't have the technology to build a ship advanced enough. However, we did have cryostasis tubes. So it's both. There's explanations for it all. Could be that the government just kept it quiet. It was super top secret. Not many people knew about it when we launched them into space, because they didn't want to have the world know that eugenics wars happened and freak out the populace. And also, it's not our timeline, because that never actually happened. We don't have that kind of technology. So there you go. World War III ended in the 2050s. Okay. There was a movie about the exploration of Europa called the Europa Report. I'll save you a couple of hours by saying it was too boring to be worth it. Beta Canon says 2026 to 2053. Oh, so it ends in 53. Okay. Apparently, eugenics wars happened 1992 to 1996 and was seen as a precursor to the first stage of World War III. Sounds about right. Film and page. My old Star Trek chronology dates World War III in 2053 with Colonel Green as a key figure. Okay, that's where I got 2053 from, but this is saying it ends in 2053. And the chronology says it's... I have the chronology over here, actually, which I could go through and look, but we're not going to do that right now. So, plugins. Yes. We had cryostasis tubes in the 90s. I mean, maybe. Top secret military gear, who knows? Jada Production says, I have a theory. It may sound silly, but hear me out. What if the Borg Queen had an affair with Q, and he dumped her, and as a result, to gain the perfection and the power, Q started to turn to cybernetics? What? I don't even know what to say about that. Hezraz. I know it is beta canon, but it makes sense. Paul and Khan went to space on SpaceX. Hornaria 3 from Guyana. Elder Scrolls. We can say the timeline separated, but at the same time, the time travel episodes wouldn't make sense if they weren't essentially tied to our universe. We just got to stop nitpicking with writers so much. Kyrian Spores. 27 years for World War III. Incredible Earth even survived. Well, it's said many times, even in Trek. Spock even says it. It's amazing you guys made it out of that. Paul and China and India are part of the space community too. Yes, they are. Kit 10K, $5. I see Empress Pug back there is very entertained. Oh yes, as always. Mark Lawrence, $5. The writers didn't anticipate Boeing and Lockheed Martin switching over to an SOP of dragging feet and cost overruns instead of constant innovation. Yeah. Video awesome. What? I thought Star Trek was real life. I guess it's not a documentary after all. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. 600 million dead. Commander William Riker. 2372. First contact. Shannon Murphy. Of course we have cryo tubes. Just ask Ted Williams. And Keith Richards. Daniel's Hot Topic. Some people are saying the Borg Queen is Picard's mom because they both say look up and the Borg Queen is obsessed with Picard. Stupid. Don't agree with that at all. Paul N. Technically, you can freeze people. We just don't have the technology to thaw them and revive them. It's true. Look at the episode Neutral Zone from TNG, where the people were frozen with the hope that one day they'd be able to be thawed out and cured. And sure enough, the Enterprise finds them. General Grievous. It took a while for me to warm up to the 11th. No, I don't care. I had a crush on Billie Piper and Karen Gillian. Okay, Billie Piper is the fucking ugliest ever. I can't stand Billie Piper, first of all. No to Rose. But Amy Pond? Karen Gillian? Absolutely. Fucking, yes. 100%. But Billie Piper, no. Gave me with a spoon. I wouldn't touch her with General Grievous's dick. Like, ugh. Yeah, only 2 years and we're on track to catch up with the Trek universe, World War III. Wait, crap. Yeah, pretty much. Smart Smears finally started TOS. I'm surprised they go outside the galactic barrier in episode 1. Did they ever explain how the ship was that far out? Nope. Shannon Murphy. I got to meet Matt and Karen at Wizard World in 2014. It was, and still is, since I'm still young, one of the greatest moments in my life. Elder Scroll says, I agree with you, Captain. She is so ugly. I know it sounds mean, but when I was a kid, I never understood why she was liked so much. Yeah, I've never understood it either. She's pretty hideous. Just not my type. Billie Piper seemed too pretty to be a companion. I don't know. The intense part of World War III is when the Mayday of horror of 53 occurred and they nuked the shit out of each other, and it fully affected Europe and North America. Paul N. Billie Piper from her days in page 3 before acting? Yes, please. No. Never. It's okay though. I don't have to like Billy Piper, and a lot of people do, and it's fine. Because you know why? That's what prevents people from, you know, killing each other over a woman, because not everybody's attracted to the same thing, so it's fine. You know, I went out, if I go with a friend of mine and he sees Billy Piper and I see fucking Mary Wiseman, you know, I'd be like, huh, I'll take Mary Wiseman. And he'd be like, hell yeah, this Billy Piper chick, she's for me. And I'd be like, yeah, you can have her. That's cool. I don't want the, you know, it's nature's way of making sure that we don't kill each other. Different tastes in women. Shannon Murphy, and the panels for both of them were so fun. When asked what her favorite monster was, Karen said that she couldn't remember. I loved it. Video Awesome said, what is your opinion on the Orville Season 3? I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, but I'm excited for it, if that's what you're asking. Each episode is going to be like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and a half long, so they're all basically movies every episode, and I'm excited to see it. I really hope it's holds up to seasons 2 and 3. From what I've heard a lot of good things. It's going to be really fantastic, so I'm excited. Defiant, Mr. Raven Productions. I prefer the, what's her name, Freedom thing. Freedom something. Freedom something. I don't know who the hell you're talking about. Patrick, I sent you a message. I told you need to check out Murdoch Mysteries. I think you'd really enjoy that show. I think you would really enjoy it. Go watch Murdoch Mysteries. It might be called The Artful Detective, because it's not called Murdoch Mysteries in some countries. But go watch it. It is on Netflix in Canada anyway. Come to think of it, I can't remember either. Strange. Divine Material Productions, The Black Companion for David Tennant. Don't know who that is. Yeah, I saw it. You did see all of Murdoch Mysteries? All like 16 seasons? Shannon Murphy. Martha. Why'd you say that name? Kit 10K, $5. In the comics, they did a TNG Doctor Who crossover. Did you ever read it? Yes, I have it. I own it somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Yes, I did read it. I tried to watch the Orville. I lasted as long as the scene where his DUI buddy is flying the shuttle to the Orville and shut it off. Well, then you're missing a fucking great show, so sucks to be you. Her name was Freema Agyeman. She played Martha Jones. Martha, why'd you say that name? Video Awesome. Awesome. I love the Orville and have high expectations for season 3 as well. Patrick said, no, I've not seen the show. I saw your message. Oh, okay. Laughable Larry, I really enjoyed the Orville, and if they had let Seth MacFarlane make a Trek show, I think we'd have a very different last 5 years. Hell yeah. Absolutely we would have. And he was going for the job. He wanted to do it, but they said no. And who is it? Paul. If you just watched the first episode or part of the first episode, then you are sorely missing out. The first episode is kind of like a pilot episode, and it's way different humor, and it's way differently structured than the episodes that come after it. And the show matures so quickly, like within 2 or 3 episodes, that it's basically a different show at some point, with the comedy like toned way down from the first episode. They tried too hard in that first episode, so I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but if you haven't watched it, you're really missing out, man. Foley, you crack me up. Wow, what did I do now? Shit, son. What did I do? Who is your favorite Star Trek actor? Jesus Christ. Favorite actor? Like as a person? I really like Anthony Rapp. I'm actually like friends with him and talk to him. I don't know. I've met a few of them that are very nice. Brent Spiner's pretty cool, but you can never take anything he says seriously because he's a comedian and he's always trying to, you know, say something funny. It's like, just stop, just be serious for a minute. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have an answer. The post-atomic horror went from 2053 to 2079 when everything collapsed. Realizing first contact was in 2063, you have to give the Vulcans credit for sticking around. LOL. Paul has a point. Hell yeah. Daniel's Hot Topics. If you were single and the last woman on Earth was Michelle Yeoh, would you marry her? No, I would not. Orville is a great show. I hated it, but wow. I'm glad I made room for it and new Trek in my life. It is a great show, and it's weird to hear you hated it. Paul N. I want to read the graphic novel of it with the '09 Star Trek crew, and they met in an alternate universe where their opposites were all the opposite gender. Yes, I've read that one too. I don't think I have that one, but I read it. Oh, I have it on the iPad. I don't have a physical copy of it, but I have it on the iPad. Smart Smears, if we stopped watching Trek after episode 1, we wouldn't watch shows like TNG or Lower Decks. Amen. Shannon Murphy, I mean, there wasn't any fallout raining down from the sky, so I guess the Vulcans were fine. Okay. I want a year after First Contact miniseries. That'd be kind of neat. Just a Zephram Cochrane miniseries. The life of Zephram Cochrane from child to death. See what he was up to. Smart Smears, I feel like the easiest answer to best Trek actor is Jeffrey Combs. Yeah, that would. Yeah. Laughable Larry, Robert Picardo is my favorite. Such a great actor. Robert Picardo is pretty great, yeah. But yeah. Let's see here. 38 likes, 37 people watching. It's pretty good. Can we get to 50 likes? Can we get another 12 likes? Yeah. Also, my back's been killing me. Last night my back was so bad, and this morning even worse. It's pretty good this afternoon. I need to go take some more pain medication because I'm old, but my back's really starting to bother me right now. So probably call this live soon here because it's over an hour now. So I haven't met any of the Trek actors, sadly, so I can't have an opinion yet. Though I did meet Brian May, lead guitarist for Queen, and he was pretty cool. Cool dude. Hezraz, Beta Canon states that the Vulcans had tech meds to reduce the effects of radiation. They used that to help the humans. Vulcans probably had tech to prevent radiation for Vulcan. Seth is the best person to run modern Star Trek. Someday when he takes over Trek, we will know as Saint Seth. All Trek. Filming Pages, have a good night and take care. See you later. Claude Grenier, best actor. Not Will Smith, laughing my ass off. General Grievous, have you seen the new series Shuttlepod Show? Yeah, it's called Shuttlepod 1 with Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating. Pretty nice. They interviewed Trek alumni so far from Enterprise mainly. Yeah, Dominic Keating looks like he's turned into a hippie though. Can't stand that new look on him. Hey, Trekker Nut. How did this channel start? Well, it's a long story. We've been around for 7 years. I made videos. Samuel saw a video, thought I knew a lot, contacted me, we started talking. Then we thought, why don't we make a show that we both watch? We love ships, we love Star Trek, we love tech. Let's make a Star Trek show on YouTube. And we were the only weekly Trek content for years. This was even before Discovery was a twinkle in anybody's eye. Yeah, we were making weekly Trek content when there wasn't any Trek. So that's how. Favorite Trek actor that you've met? A lot of them have been great. Maybe Anthony Montgomery. He was very nice. My favorite is Anson Mount, Terry Farrell. Holy shit, just name everybody, why don't you? Jolene Balak seems to have retired from acting. Yeah, she has, I believe. Will Cisco ever return to Star Trek? I really hope so. It's perfect character to come back, but the actor Avery Brooks is not the healthiest, so I don't know. I I want to say yes, but I have a feeling the answer is no. Grievous says, I seem to remember a line in Enterprise about the Vulcans helping clean up the fallout. Possibly. Avery Brooks is extremely ill and will not come back to acting. As fallout from nuclear weapons generally disperses within a few years, a nuclear meltdown releases more radiation than a nuclear bomb. With bombs, it dissipates faster. Jet Reno, Corps of Engineers series is what we all need. Yeah, that'd be a good one. General Grievous, I didn't know Avery Brooks was sick. Video awesome. True, this is an OG Trek channel. Daniel's Hot Topics. Do you think we exist in the Trek universe, or should I say did? Like to think so. I like to think so. I like to think we did as well. But as our technology changes, you can tell that Trek didn't come from us. It came from the 60s. So there was a divergent point at some point. Chase Masterson, a super nice person. Oh, she's great. Absolutely, yes. Got a great story about her. So, James T. Kirk, are you a part of any Starship crews? I know what you mean. General Grievous, $2. Have a drink. Thank you very much. I will. Wikipedia says that in 2020, Brooks said he was blacklisted from Hollywood without any agent or anything. Doesn't say why. General Grievous, I was 9 when Enterprise came out and I had a crush on Linda Park. Can't stand Linda Park either. I don't find her attractive one iota. Don't know why, I just don't. Laughable Larry, I can't remember if it was you that said it or Samuel, but it was disheartening to hear the actress who played Detmer wasn't particularly nice. Well, that was both me and Samuel. We were both together in Vegas when we met her, and yeah, she thinks she's better than everybody else, even her fellow actors. But that's a whole other story, and I don't want to get into it because I just can't stand that woman either. Daniel's Hot Topic was born in 1987. James T. Kirk, what species or planet would you choose to belong to or live on? Human. Earth. Do you see the Defiant class as I see it? Starfleet's pimp hand. No, I hate that expression. Starfleet's pimp hand. What the fuck? No, I don't. No. Hezraz. Chernobyl radiation will last thousands of years. Nuclear bomb radiation is mostly gone within 50 years. Of course, radiation on DNA would last a bit longer. Kit 10K throws in $5. Cha-ching. Earlier today, you said you also liked AC/DC. Do you have a favorite song? Mine is Highway to Hell. I mean, there's so many. Thunderstruck, Shook Me All Night Long, TNT. I don't know if I have a favorite. Thunderstruck would probably be one of my favorites. Fire Your Guns. Money Talks. Money Talks is up there. Probably Thunderstruck and Money Talks are like in the top 2 or 3 or 5. Top 3 to 5. I don't know. They're up there somewhere. Luckily, modern reactors are immune to meltdowns. The cooling comes from the water surrounding the reactor. If the water evaporates, the reactor stops. Smart Smears. We were in the Trek universe, but sadly, Mike McMahon decided to make Lower Decks instead of a next season of Rick and Morty. Well, so what do you mean, sadly? Lower Decks is infinitely better than Rick and Morty ever was. Daniel's Hot Topic. Hoshi Sato was a black belt. I like girls who are black belts. Okay. Well, last longer was the difference between the radiation and radiation from the bombs. Paula, no, a nuclear meltdown does not. The material inside the reactor becomes a puddle of material at the bottom. The radiation releases from the steam explosion and the light material. Okay. Shannon says, I am not a black belt, but I can drive stick shift. You listening, boys? Okay, you've just earned my respect. I love stick shift. My cruise is a 6-speed manual. I just something about driving a manual, dude. Dude, ego is an actor's worst enemy. Yep. James T. Kirk. If you had to live off Earth as a human in the Star Trek verse, would you have a preferable destination? Risa. Risa. 100% Risa. Trek or not, the things people miss about the Defiant is that it's supposed to operate in large groups of Defiant class ships, maybe 30 against Borg targets, not alone. That's absolutely true. They're small, they're powerful, but they're not designed to go one-on-one against the fleet or smaller or larger ships. They are a Borg killer for a reason because they attack it in droves. Daniel's hot topic. Some guys like it when they see Beverly Crusher and Indiana Troy exercising. I think it's hot to see girls breaking bricks, sparring and shouting hi. Okay, well, there you go then. Kit 10K throws in $5. Ugh, back to work later. And yeah, AC/DC has many awesome songs. Amen. And by the way, Brian Johnson is way better than Bon Scott. I don't care if you're an old school AC/DC fan or not. Bon Scott is not AC/DC. I know he's the original AC/DC lead singer, but Brian Johnson's far superior. Just hashtag facts, man. Soundtrack to Maximum Overdrive. Hell yeah. Ian Mixon's craziest theories, but which one would you want in a Star Trek movie? What would I want in a Star Trek movie? Shannon Murphy, even the truck itself is a rarity and thus a bragging right. It must be kept in the garage. Hezraz, it is the way it is dispersed. Also the duration of the leakage. Nuclear bomb radiation, but only for a few seconds. A meltdown releases radiation for years. Which series what would I want to be in? Probably TNG. I love TOS. I love that time period, but honestly, just for comfort and even uniforms and stuff and just luxuries like holodecks, I'd want TNG, if that's what you mean. Video awesome. What is your opinion on Tesla and Elon Musk? Is he an alien? Elon Musk is absolutely an alien, and I think he's amazing. He's a very interesting individual, and I think Tesla and him are something out of a Star Trek episode. It's like Sterling and Chrono Works kind of vibe. So, also favorite Starship class. That would be the Constitution class or the Constitution class refit. Paul N. I drive a 5-speed manual Explorer and a 10-speed Mac. Dun dun dun. Ian Mixon's craziest theories. Which song? What? Is Brian Johnson better at? All of them. Paul N. It's a damn shame the Reliance Megaphasers haven't gotten the visual effects that those deserve. It's true. Because it went from the Avenger class to the Miranda class, and it's a downgrade as far as power and purpose of the ship. Hezraz, nuclear meltdown isn't an explosion, it is fuel rods burning. Hypothetically, they could burn through the Earth. Chernobyl could still be burning through the Earth. They don't know. Grandmother doesn't trust me to back it out of the garage yet. I offered to drive it and get gas before the prices got too bad. She was like, no, lol. One day, perhaps. General Grievous, Facebook CEO is a prototype suing Android that came back in time. Yep. Zuckerberg. James T. Kirk, what is your favorite time travel story in all of Star Trek? Somebody asked me this the other day. I can't answer because there's too many fucking good ones. Trials and Tribulations is definitely up there, but I would never pick a favorite because there's some really great ones, so I can't really pick a favorite. Daniel's Hot Topics. William Shatner wanted to come back to TNG times when he wrote a script, a sequel to Generations called The Return, but Paramount rejected it and went to First Contact. Anti-Trekker's favorite movie. Stop calling him Anti-Trekker. His name is Salty Trekker now. Shannon Murphy. I love Star Trek 4 and the Time Loop episode from TNG. but no more nuke talk. Back to Star Trek. LOL. Sorry, Captain. One of my interests. No problem. Paul N. I'm not going to read that. Elephant's foot. Yep. I agree. He's a synth. War God 6. Which fascia class ship would you like to see made canon? I personally like the Antron class, but it's basically a Miranda. Which fascia ship would I like to see made canon? The Andor class. I love the Andor class. Make that canon. Trek or not, what color lightsaber are you? I would say blue. Shannon Murphy, Anti-Trekker's favorite movie. That makes no sense. What, First Contact is what he meant. And his name's Salty Trekker now, not Anti-Trekker. James T. Kirk, if you could serve under any captain, who would it be? Probably Archer. Archer or Janeway. Picard has too many crew and he's too separated from his crew. Like, he doesn't like talking to people. So I wouldn't want him. Kirk would just get me killed. Kirk's just too reckless, generally. Cisco's a badass, and he's another one that would just send you in just to, like, be fodder. But Janeway cares about her crew. Archer definitely does because it's a smaller crew, and every loss is really felt with him. So, yeah, Archer or Janeway, probably. Is there a black slime mold? I don't care. This sounds a lot like a questionnaire. It does. I'm going to stop answering soon. Video awesome. Would you use the transporter? I'm not sure if it kills its users or not. I would use it, yes. General Grievous, what question is... that question is on the nose for Kirk. It's on the nose, Kirk. Who you'd serve under? Really? Shannon Murphy, Janeway for the win. Who's with me? Trek or not, gamma radiation is light. And Janeway, the anti-prime directive admiral. Janeway cares about her people. I'd follow her to hell and back. Ooh. Yep, Janeway here too, says Grievous. Question, make a Romulan Earth War miniseries. Sure. Kirk would serve under Pike. Well, there you go. When fear goes to bed, it checks under the bed. The closet's for Janeway. Is Picard officially more of a pain in the temporal ass than Janeway? No. Kirk is, though. Video awesome. Cisco, and Cisco. What's his name? Thank you for all his permanent knowledge. Shannon Murphy, face to face with the Borg in the middle of nowhere? Sure, all in a day's work out here. Ziza Shantan. I was watching the previous video about the TOS Stargazer would fit in Disco's designs. I liked how Thomas from SDO explains the Disco designs. They were from a shipyard. They had an accident that made the system unlivable, and that is why you don't see Disco designs in TOS. So the TOS Stargazer does fit because it was from a different shipyard. Star Trek anime, yay or nay? We talked about this the other night. I'd be down for it, but I'm not a huge fan of anime in general. So instead of photosynthesis, radio synthesis is how it lives instead of photosynthesis. Okay. Do you like the Enterprise theme song? Yes, I do. Cisco would get you killed by Jem'Hadar. Thank you. Hezraz, Trekyards, not you. I mean the CBS people. LOL. I wrote it wrong. If you feel led to share. Oh, about the... Yeah. I know you weren't talking to me, but I was still like, sure. I don't know if I really want to see that. It wouldn't be like how the Earth-Romulan War was supposed to be. It would be all Enterprise-ified with fucking Enterprise. Those weren't the ships that were around back then. Daedalus-class ships were the ships. There's a novel called Starfleet Year One, where there's like 12 Daedalus class ships, and it's all these captains vying for the position of commanding these most advanced ships for the war. Getting the captaincy of a Daedalus class ship was like amazing. Then Enterprise comes along and says, "No, look at us. We got the next class. Here we go." It's not how it works. Sorry. And the Romulan ships back then. There's a website online called the Starfleet Museum. Shows all the old Romulan ships from during the time of the Romulan Wars, where there was no visual communication. It was audio only. The treaty was done over subspace. Shit like that. That's the Romulan series I'd want to see, but no one else would want to see it, because that was before Enterprise came out, and then Enterprise came along and fucked with everything canon-wise and just fucked the dog. So I really don't need to see an Enterprise Romulan War story. It's not my thing. Sorry. The NMSO was like Miss Amuni Saru, who drew Appleseed and Ghost in the Shell. Enterprise is defo in all reality due to first contact, given the mention of Cochrane and the Borg and him going missing. Video awesome. You don't want to mess with Cisco because he will destroy your planet. That's true. And the earlier Borg encounter from the Arctic. Yes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there. I'm getting super tired and bummed out right now. So thank you guys for watching. This live will actually end because the other one just stopped. This one I'm going to actually end though, because this is part 2, and I want to thank you guys for watching. You can see the pug in the corner over there, blinking away, knowing that we're going to be going downstairs in a minute. Right, downstairs. Who wants to go downstairs? Oh, there we go. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, Space Art by Christopher Dahl. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Glad you're here. Nice to see you. I got to go check out one of your paintings soon. Chris, you know what you need to do is do a painting of an ambassador class, but Rick Sternbach's ambassador class from yesterday's Enterprise. I would buy it because I absolutely love the ambassador class. Or do a Foley class painting. I want to come see you make that. That'd be awesome too. Anyway, thank you for joining me, everybody, and thank you. Nice to see you, Chris. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley signing off, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So, yeah, Ricks. Just let me know when you're doing it, though. Message me and tell me when you're doing it, because I'd like to watch the whole thing. Ooh, you did the Foley class, too. There you go, an ambassador class with a Foley class back in like a dry dock. Ooh, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that, but that'd be awesome. Anyway, until next time, I'm Captain Foley. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a good night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.